Thank you. Look, what we're asking the Rent Guidelines Board to do is to hear the voices of the people of New York City, to hear the voices of tenants. I was up in Washington Heights this morning at the corner of 181st Street and Broadway. I got tenants there who were so upset at the notion that there would be an increase in the middle of this economy. They signed letters to the Rent Guidelines Board asking them, please freeze, do not approve an increase, freeze. I had petition signatures from hundreds of people there saying they could not handle another rent increase. This has not been a story that's been discussed so far in this city, but when tenants find out that in the middle of the greatest economic crisis we've experienced in decades, the Rent Guidelines Board is actually talking about increasing rents, there's going to be tremendous outrage. And I think you're going to see a lot of outrage tomorrow evening at 5:30 at Cooper Union. Look, here's the essential question. What can the city of New York do to protect its working class and middle class people at this moment of crisis? Well, the federal government decided on a stimulus package. The federal government decided on a bailout plan for the banks. The federal government took it upon itself to try and stabilize the economy and protect people in need. They extended unemployment benefits. There's a whole series of actions they've taken. Well, the mayor said part of why he thought he should stay on in office was he was going to deal with the economic difficulties of New Yorkers. But right now, the Rent Guidelines Board, which he appoints, is not about to do that. They're about to do business as usual. They're about to approve another increase in the middle of the greatest economic crisis since the Great Depression. And by the way, an economic crisis greater than any since the Rent Guidelines Board was established in 1969. In other words, we're in uncharted territory here. They were established in 1969. This is the greatest crisis that's been faced since. This is the greatest unemployment in 15 years in this city. We're at 9% as of a few days ago. Everyone agrees we're going, unfortunately, into double-digit unemployment. Our level of homelessness is at the greatest number in the history of this city. Our shelters have the most residents in the entire history of this city. We are in a deep, deep crisis. Our food pantries, our soup kitchens are being used literally at the highest level in our history. How many pieces of evidence do we need to understand that we're on the verge of greater and greater poverty? So the Rent Guidelines Board cannot approach this as business as usual. This is literally the moment that for the first time they should freeze rents because people are hurting that much. And if they don't freeze rents, average New Yorkers have a right to say, why are you not helping us in our time of crisis? Why, if the federal government is changing the rules every day to stop this crisis and protect people, why is our city government not lifting a finger to help people in need? We call upon the Rent Guidelines Board to understand what time it is and freeze rents now. Thank you.